let me say it for the record, it also vindicates the stance taken by the Honorable Sia being the sponsor of the budget of the Office of the Vice President. Kasi alam naman natin, medyo binabati ko siya na remiss siya sa pag-defend nung bit na ng budget ng Office of the Vice President. Pero nakita natin dito, kahit maging sa Senado, patuloy pa rin na iniiwasan ng opisina ng tanggapan ng pangalawang Pangulo ang pag-defend ng kanilang budget sa tama at saktong pamamaraan. At nakakabahala po na merong isang tanggapan ng ating pamahalaan is very disturbing that a branch of our government finds itself above the processes, established processes ng ating gobyerno, lalong-lalo na sa usapin ng pagbalangkas ng national budget. At dapat siguro kasama yung mga kasama ko sa Kongreso ay gusto lang natin ma-scrutinize ng tama. Kasi hindi ito pera ng Office of the Vice President, pera po ito ng taong bayan.
If I may just add, as Vice Chairperson also of the Committee on Appropriations, so the adoption of the Senate on the budget of the Office of the Vice President is just really a confirmation that we did in lower house is just a result of a work that is fair and there's nothing about politics here. So nakita naman po natin sa mga pagdinig sa mga committee deliberations ng Committee on APRO that we gave sufficient time for the OVP to attend as well as to produce documents in support to their proposed budget for fiscal year 2025. And I would just like to emphasize also that the 1.2 billion was not reduced, it was realigned in the main agencies such as the Department of Health, including the Department of Social and Welfare Development, and because these are the primary agencies whose task is primarily to give social services. So with that, again, it's a vindication on the part of the sponsor who waited for so long. He was originally scheduled on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, and then he waited until the wee hours of the morning of Tuesday. But no officials from the Office of the Vice President appeared. So with that, kumbaga, ito yung resulta na yung trinabaho po dito ng Kongreso ay may mga sapat na basihan at hindi po ito resulta ng pamumulitika lamang gaya ng mga binabato po sa amin. So yun po.
Konting addition lang po. Na I can remember that time yung si Kong Zia na medyo frustrated talaga siya and he looked very stressed out kasi I saw that he was really sincere in wanting to defend the budget of the Vice President. And I remember na sinabi niya na nag-try talaga siyang mag-reach out para meron naman tayong something to work with. And with what happened in the Senate, in reaffirming the proposal of or the version of the House, I think that we can't blame the Senate and we can't blame Kong Zia. He has done his part and we have done our part, and I wish we could have done more. Yun lang po. Kasi it's very hard to work with something pag wala tayong, if there's nothing to work with.
Regarding naman sa AKAP, though, we respect the recommendation of the Senate, but nonetheless would like to invite lang our friends in the Senate to just look at the results of what has been done in the past months that we have been implementing the Ayuda sa Kapos sa Kita program ng DSWD. Kita ho natin ang konting halaga ay malaking ginhawa sa ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na yung mga nasa sabihin na lang natin, nasa yung sakto lang yung kinikita at merong konting tulong na naipapaabot. Yun naman din, on the macro, nakita natin that the indications with regards to the stronger purchasing power of our middle class o stronger purchasing power ng ating mga nasa laylayan, nakatulong din sa pagpapalakas at ng papasigla ng ating mga lokal na ekonomiya. And the macro effects, the effects on the macro economy cannot be denied. So I hope that our senators will go beyond the noise of the issue but rather look at the program on its own merits, no? Kasi sayang naman sabi kung meron lang naman silang counter suggestion, sana hindi yung pag-alis kundi pagtingin kung paano natin mas may improve pa ang implementation o di kaya kung merong kabalikat na programa. Wag naman nating hayaan na mawala sa mga tao itong tulong na ginagawa natin kasama ang layunin ng ating Speaker Martin Romualdez at ng ating Pangulong maipalapit ang gobyerno sa ating mga kababayan.
May dadagdag lang ako noon ng konti, no? Kasi ako naniniwala ako, and I hope many of us also share this belief na the Bagong Pilipinas, one of the thrusts of the Bagong Pilipinas is to bring the services of the government closer to the people. Yung nga sinabi po ni Congressman Jude, no? I think we should not assign a certain program to a particular individual or sitting official. I think we have to look at it on the overall purpose and the objective of this program. Para sa akin, for the past several months that we have been doing a lot of the series of Bagong Pilipinas Service Fair, nakita natin yung resulta nung magandang resulta and benefits na nabibigay nito. And ultimately, one of the main yung main attraction, no, sinasabi natin, and main services na binibigay ng Bagong Pilipinas Service Fair is yung AKAP program. Dire-diretso po yan nabibigay sa ating mga indigent and qualified beneficiaries. So I guess ultimately kung titingnan po natin ang budget, sapat yung budget, apart from the operation of our bureaucracy, it also needs to have in the budget services that is aligned specifically to the needs of the public and the people. So, at ako naniniwala ko nung dapat, kung hindi natin to i-continue at gusto natin maiba, dapat tama yung sinabi ni Kong Jude. It has to be improved from the one that we are having right now. And I think yung based on the current setup ng AKAP program, I think it's doing a lot rather than doing negative things.
Follow up na lang din po. Congressman Jill can answer po kasi kayo po yung member ng APRO, di ba? Vice Chair po kayo. May balak po ba kayong ilaban to sa Bicameral Conference Committee, yung AKAP program po?
For my comment about that, personally, I support the program of AKAP, Ayuda para sa mga Kapuasang Kita program. The essence of having this program, kung makikita po ninyo, if we have program for the poorest of the poor, which is the 4-piece program, we should also have programs for those individuals who are minimum wage earners. Bakit? Kasi po yung programang ito ay nakatuon po para sa kanila. Kasi kung ano man pong kaharapin nila na krisis, gaya po sa amin sa Bicol Region, ay tinamaan po kami na nasalanta po ang aming rehiyon, no? Nitong pong severe tropical storm na Christine. So, weeks before that storm, nagkaroon po ng payout sa amin. So, malaki hong bagay yung pera or yung financial na asistensya na natanggap po nila. At hindi po sila basta-basta na lamang magdedepende sa mga relief operations ng gobyerno at ng mga private sectors. So I guess that would be a factor that should be considered na dapat result-oriented ho tayo. And if there is a call for deletion of this program, I guess, although I respect that opinion, but siguro mas tignan na lang po muna nila yung aspeto, yung naging resulta nitong programa bago sila magpanukala na ito po ay tanggalin. Kasi malaking tulong po ito sa atin pong mga kababayan. In fact, yung iba nagsasabi, hindi naman to nakakabuti kasi tinuturoan yung maging tamad yung tao. Pero hindi po yun ang nagiging realidad. Kasi ang mga beneficiary po nito ay mga trabahante. Dati nang may trabaho. Kailangan lang nila ng konting pinansyal na ayuda galing po sa gobyerno. And this is what we are doing right now. We're just giving their rightful share from the taxes. Kasi sinasabi nila, pera ng taong bayan yan. And therefore, ibigay natin sa paanong paraan. Gaya nitong ganitong programa. Ayuda para po sa kanila. So, with that, for me, as the member of the Committee on Appropriations, I fully support the program of AKAP, of DSWD, and if there will be a chance to give much allocation or higher allocation, I will move for that.
Pang-add lang po. Yung AKAP kasi hindi naman siya whimsical yung pagbibigay. O hindi naman siya whimsical na program or arbitrary. Kasi based on data din siya eh. Yung mga taong binibigyan natin ay nasa mga low-income earners. And we know that a substantial number of Filipinos belong to this demographic. So, hindi naman siya political. May strategic reason naman siya. It's a response to this situation na marami talaga sa atin ang low-income earners.
Madadagdag ko lang, it's very important for coming from a marginalized, I mean, as far as yung sinasabi ni Congressman Suan, yung data on the households ng mga low-income earners. I think coming from one of the considered one of the poorest regions in the country, kailangan nakakatulong ho yun sa aming mga constituency. And this is how we look at it because the AKAP program goes directly to the communities. Kami po dito magkatabi kami ni Kong Lord Dansuan from Mindanao. And alam po natin dyan sa may mga communities dyan sa Mindanao na talagang apart from the having a substantial number of families with low-income earners, meron pong mga conflict-affected areas. And I'm speaking about the areas from my constituency na kailangan ng direct assistance na binibigay. So AKAP does that. It does exactly that.